Alright guys, it's morning. What an amazing day. Look at all those C8 just waiting to be driven. What an amazing view. So right now I'm gonna go get breakfast. Breakfast and lunch is provided. So yeah, no, you gotta fuel up before you have some fun. Amazing. Just the sunrise, the cars, the track. What a day. It'll be a good day.
Little puny games are 20. Oh, that was the.
Yeah, now we're getting close to yellow classroom. My God, what a dream.
No blues.
Oh yeah, look at all the C8s. They got plenty of white and silver.
I don't want to frag you right. Oh, sorry.
They only have what, 3 red ones and 3 blue ones. Wow, beautiful mountains.
No, but keep them at 9 and 3.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just yeah, hold on like tight and then turn it. So you got to bend in your arm there all the way around. All right, and then brake hard, firm. All right, looks good.
Yeah.
You feel comfortable?
I feel good. Yeah.
All right, hit that Z button once for me.
Are we using PTMs or no?
Just the
Z.
The first one's going to be 1 tap, and then we're going to go.
When do I start my PDR, now or?
If you feel more comfortable starting it now, you can. I'm going to remind us when we remind everyone when we get out onto the track.
I think when we head out, because
you'll see that timer going, so you'll know you are recording.
I have the same car actually.
Okay, cool.
All right,
I'll do a radio check in a minute. So you know you are recording.
Amazing, guys. This is just one of the best days of my life.
So you want to press on that brake, pull up on that D, and then push down on that small M for manual mode, and you should see that M light up, and that means you're in manual mode. And then, like we said, the right shifter, the right paddle is to go up in the gear. So, like I said, especially in the beginning here, you could just keep it in 4th gear and just kind of get more familiar with the track, and then you can start shifting. And so it's totally up to you. All right, we'll start making our way out onto the track. Obviously, we're going to take it nice and easy on this first session out here. And then this afternoon, we'll pick it up, and then you'll be out here 3 times tomorrow. Like I said, as we get moving here, you're going to just gradually get it up to 4th gear. You'll see the first turn-in cone on your left there, and that's right before what we call the drop, which is a little downhill section right here. And you'll see that white with the pink cone, that's a near apex cone. You want to be about 3 feet from that. By the way, you're going to get a lot of information thrown at you this session. Just kind of take in what you can. And then, you know, it'll all start coming together as the 2 days go on. Make our way over to the left side of the straightaway. This is where we'll be doing our rotations starting next lap. We'll do our rotations between the 2 orange cones that we just passed on our right and the 2 orange cones that we're approaching on our right. And remember your spacing that he went over, 6-7 car lengths between student cars. And about the same for the instructor. And then this afternoon that'll change. But for this session we're going to be taking it nice and easy here. Turn 5, you want to be middle of the track in the middle of the turn. And get right next to that apex cone on exit. You'll see the brake cone on the left. You want to be nice and close to that as you enter turn 6. Like I said, everybody's up to 4th gear now. You're out to the middle of the track, looking out that driver's window, and you get right next to that apex cone. So whoever's behind me, like we're going to rotate each lap, so whoever's behind me at any given time, just use my car as like tracks in the snow. So if you see where my car is out in front of you, that's where you should be positioned on the track also. Coming up to turn 9 here, this is normally a 3rd gear turn. You would shift down the 3rd gear, and you would bring the car out to the dotted line here. You don't want to go much farther than that dotted line. Back up to 4th gear. And you want to put those right wheels right on that nice flat blue and white curbing next to the apex. So just like Josh said in the classroom, you want to go up on that blue and white curbing where that apex cone is, the orange tall apex cone. Turn 1 here is a little unconventional. You can see how it banks away from the middle. So you want to stay to the inside of turn 1. And then come out about 3/4 of the way to that second seam. And like I said, I know it's a lot to take in, but it'll all start coming together. This is turn 2. This is the other area that you would go down the 3rd gear if you were shifting, and then you would want to go back up to 4th before you go down the drop. You want to go down the right side of the drop. You want to be next to the blue and white curbing down the drop, but you don't want to be on top of it. We are going to do our rotation this time. So Mike, if you could move over to the right and slow down, and then Brian and Larry, come on up. And then Mike, you're going to drop in the rear there. Turn 5, you're going to be hearing about a lot for the next 2 days. It's a tough turn to get. The main thing is, remember to come out to the middle of the track. Don't hug the inside the whole way around turn 5. But you do want to be nice and close to that orange apex cone when you're coming out of turn 5. Out to the middle of turn 6, looking out your driver's window. Get those left wheels right onto that blue and white curbing next to the apex cone. Coming through the S's here, we're just putting our left wheels right up on the curbing next to the apex. Stay into the left side for turn 9. Let the steering wheel unwind out to that dotted line. Take it right down to the turn-in cone there. When you see that blue half cone, the turn-in cone, you want to be right next to that when you do your turn-in. You want your front end of your car right next to that blue cone as you make your turn-in. Turn 1. We're going down to the inside early on turn 1. It's a little unconventional, but the way the banking is, you don't want to go to the outside there. It'll push you farther out. Turn 2 here, you would normally go down the 3rd gear. And like I said, be back up to 4th before you go down the drop. Right side of the drop, and you want that steering wheel pretty straight when you're going down the drop, so you don't get thrown to the side there. Alright, we are going to be doing another rotation, so Brian, if you could move to the right and slow down. And Larry and Mike, come on up behind me, Larry and Mike. And then you're going to drop in the rear there, Brian. side, like I said, let the car go out to the middle of the track in between the two seams there. And then get it right next to that apex knife. You want to enter turn 6 from the left side. Go out to the middle. The S's here, we're just trying to obviously straighten them out as much as possible. And if you're interested in shifting, it would be down the 3rd gear for turn 9 here. And then back up the 4th. Turn 10 here is a very fast section of the course. Let the car come out about 3/4 of the way here. This is turn 1, and because of the banking away, we're going to go to the inside here. And once you pass the apex cone, let it come out about 3/4 of the way. Down the 3rd gear if you're shifting. And then back up the 4th before the drop. You want a little brake here as you make your turn in just to balance the car for 4. This is turn 4. You want to connect those 2 orange apex cones. So you want to drive on that blue and white, connecting those 2 cones. Alright, Larry, we are going to rotate again. If you could move to the right side and slow down. And then Mike and Brian, come on up. And Larry, you're going to drop in the rear there. Alright, turn 5. Coming out to the middle, we're visually scanning. Make sure your eyes are up, your head up. You're visually scanning where that apex cone is. On turn 6 here, I'm already looking over out my driver's window at that apex cone. I come out to the middle of the turn, get the car to rotate, come right past that apex. Little brake as you go into 8. Stay into the left side for turn 9. And it would be down the 3rd gear here for turn 9 if you're shifting. You don't want to turn in too early for 9. You want to make sure you get to that apex cone. Braking in a straight line for turn 1. And those brake boards that you see on the side there, that's how many feet you are from the turn. So it's 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet from the turn. Turn 2, you would be down the 3rd gear here. And remember, you want to keep those hands at 9 and 3. You want to be right by those paddle shifters. You want those hands at 9 and 3. And then, Mike, make sure you go down the right side. Everyone, actually, make sure you go down the right side of the drop there. You want to be next to the blue and white when you go down that drop with the wheel nice and straight. All right, we are going to do another rotation. So, Mike, if you can move over to the right, slow down. And then Brian and Larry, come on up. And Mike, you can drop in the rear. Obviously, it's a little tough to go over braking until we get up to speed. So we'll mainly go over that the next session. Alright, we're on the left side going in. staying to the left side, down the third gear if you're shifting. Make sure everybody's in fourth gear, little brake to balance as you go into 10 here.
Hell yeah. This is what I'm talking
Try not
about.
to be up on that blue and white curving when you're coming up to the turning cone. You want to stay off the blue and white curving here, the turning cone. You want to be just next to it. Alright, right side when you go down the drop. Nice, that was good there, Brian. Alright, we are going to do another rotation. So, Brian, if you can move over to the right and slow down. And then Larry and Mike, come on up behind me. And Brian, you may have to come to a stop there and then get behind that red mist car of Mike. Out to the middle of the track in turn 5, looking out the right side. You want to be visually scanning. Make sure you're visually scanning. The hands are at 9 and 3. Again, out to the middle of turn 6, looking out the driver's window. I'm already looking over to the right at that apex cone, so I know how much steering I need to put in to get right next to that. Up the fourth gear, little brake as you turn in for 10. You want to be firm on the brake initially as you start to bleed off to balance that car into the turn. Around the inside of turn 1 here, then let it come out about 3/4 of the way. And down the third gear for turn 2 if you're shifting. Straight down the right side of the drop. Make sure the wheel's straight. Little brake as you turn in for 4. And we're going to slow it down. We are going to do our last rotation here. So Larry, if you can move over to the right and slow down. And then Mike and Brian, when you come around, just come on up behind me. And then Larry, if you can drop in the rear there. Alright, remember you want to turn in at that blue turn in cone when your front end gets there. Out to the middle of the track. You want to put those wheels right up on that curbing. You actually want to feel that curbing rumble underneath your tires right next to the apex cone there. You should feel that curbing right underneath there. Nice. Alright, as we come around turn 9 here, we are going to exit the track. So if you could put on your left turn signal, indicate we're exiting the track. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go up to the paddock for ABS braking and serpentine exercise. But before we do that, we're going to be up there for about an hour. So if anybody needs to use the restroom, we're going to stop in the parking area here, and whoever needs to use the restroom can run in and use the restroom real quick. So come on in behind me. Try to make sure you see the exhaust tips of the car in front of you. You can put your windows down to get some air in the car if you'd like. Make sure you can see the exhaust tips of the car in front of you so you know you're not too close.
Oh, God.
And then whoever needs a
I forgot to mention
restroom
to you,
can run in.
because I saw you
and,
have in your backpack.
Yeah.
We
Use the
recommend
restroom and
any
come
loose
back
items, like in the car. You
Can I put it in the trunk or the front?
don't even recommend that either. Just leave it in the classroom. Do you have anything like that's
No.
important that you need in
Maybe
it?
my wallet, but I can probably keep it in my pocket.
Yeah. Just keep that in the class, but you got your GoPros all set up too.
Yeah. I can keep the GoPro here, right? I don't have to.
Yeah, you're good, because this will be your car for 2 days too.
Okay. Perfect.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
use the
Digital
restroom.
channel 16.
Back off.
Okay.
Forgot to mention it to you before you take off.
I can lock the car.